Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency, and we're hoping to get back to it soon. But we're going to see, because this video is about should you even come down here now. But if you think after this, Costa Rica might be of some interest, go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Fill out the 4-minute form. You'll be that much closer to vacation of a lifetime, man. Nobody's doing it like we're doing it. Over 500 videos about living and traveling here, travel tips, all of it, the real deal stuff, man. So I'd appreciate a subscribe. It helps me. It doesn't actually help you, but if you hit the notification bell, that helps you know when we put out new content. So I totally would appreciate it. Anyway, guys, buenos dias. I believe it's October 7th. Yes, Wednesday. We've got lots to get to. First of all, man, you guys touched my heart by helping Dan, who is helping the homeless or feed the homeless in these obviously trying times. You guys are helping him so much he is able to get to the beginning of January with a lot less stress, so he can go about doing what he needs and wants to do by feeding the people that need it probably the most, and he doesn't really have to worry about the monetary aspect of it because of you. And I mean, what to say on that? Much love to you guys. I totally appreciate it. I'm just glad that I can make a little bit of a connection. I do have one other favor to ask you, though. I would like you to go to Netflix and watch David Attenborough's. It's called A Life on Our Planet. You know David Attenborough, the voice of nature. He's 93 now. Totally worth it. Bring the kids. All right, man. Okay, the protests. I made a video about a week ago about the protests. I want to let you know how that's going real quick. So they've actually been doing roadblocks about 17 places around Costa Rica since last Wednesday, so every day. And they're pretty effective because the president's probably going to talk to them, and they're going to talk to the president and get to, they get to air their grievances. I'm not going to get to that here. I told you about that in the video about the protest. But anyway, those have been going on for about 5 or 6 days. They are a pain in the ass for people that live here, I can tell you. So I'm glad they'll be at the table soon. So this video is going to be about should you come here, and we're definitely going to talk about the COVID test dilemma. But others of you write me and said, the U.S., I don't know, the government or that advisory people that tells you where to travel says that you shouldn't come to Costa Rica, I believe. I got a couple things on that. If you believe that the COVID situation is of such that you don't need to be involved in, you're susceptible, your family's susceptible, I guess maybe you shouldn't come down here. I got something, I really don't follow what any government says. I do my own research. I've never really asked the government where I should be going and all that. But hey, man, if that's you, that's you. I personally believe they've been, for example, they've been saying that you're advised maybe to watch it here because of crime. That's been on there for years, I believe. It's easy to say that, right? It's just it's a catch-all. It's kind of a catch-all. When it does happen, 1 out of the 100,000 visitors it happens to, they can say, "Hey, we tried to tell you." To me, it's bullshit. But hey, man, listen to it if you want. All right, man. I'm going to get into the COVID test dilemma thing here in a minute, but. Should you even come down here now? If you remember, just a short time ago, I was saying, no, I wouldn't come down here with all these stupid requirements. What were they doing? The traveler's insurance was a stupid amount of money in the beginning. That's gotten better, a lot better. So there's options on the traveler's insurance. Now, if you're a budget traveler, maybe $100, $150, or whatever it is, $200. Maybe that's a breaker for you, and you can't do it. But for a lot of people, that's not a killer. But yes, at least that travel's insurance thing is. Hopefully, that's going to go away at some point. But I think it's more manageable now. But if you remember, they were going, okay, before even the United States, they were even considering any states, you actually had to go to a country, Lithuania, stay there for 2 weeks, and then you could come to Costa Rica. So all that stupid stuff is over, at least for the United States. Hey, you other countries that they haven't named yet, I don't know, the continent of Africa. I mean, there's a lot of countries they haven't named. There's no rhyme or reason for what they're doing. So when you ask me, you know, when are they going to let South Africa in or whatever, I have no idea. Because, again, there's no rhyme or reason. So a lot of, what I'm saying is a lot of this stuff got worked out. The traveler's insurance is manageable. They are letting in the United States now. All right, so all that stuff is good. But, you know, is it the time? You know, here's what hasn't changed. Costa Rica is still freaking beautiful. All right. The other thing is, no matter what happens and who starts coming down here or who hits the high season in December, it's not going to be as many as it normally would be. So anytime you're traveling around a country that's known how Costa Rica is, it's always nice to do it with less people. Sorry, but it is. So it's definitely going to be less people. Matter of fact, I have traveled around during this time. I don't know if you saw, we did a video a while back on some hanging bridges, man. It was us and the monkeys on those hanging bridges. So it's kind of nice to have all this nature almost to yourself. I also believe there's going to be some decent discounts on hotels coming up. So I think that's going to be good. And I would recommend, please book hotels, or have us book hotels. Kind of stay away from the Airbnbs right now. There's a million of them, and yes, they will have good prices too. But those a lot of times are owned by foreigners, people that don't even live here, people that have extra income and they have 7 other houses they like to rent out. I would ask you to help. You don't have to go to a high-class hotel. I'm just saying maybe a medium-class, family-owned, you know, type of thing. I think kind of invest back more into the people instead of, you know, the Airbnb folks. Hey man, I have Airbnbs. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. What else? Oh, I will. Okay. Here's one thing. My eyes are going to be peeled for this. If you do come here in December, or okay, that's our high season, December 1st, right? So if you do come here, check the menu before you go into a restaurant. Check the prices at the bar before you hit the bar. I don't know what it is about this country. I've mentioned it in a couple other videos. When they don't get business, when their place is dead, they don't give discounts. They actually raise the price. I know. It's weird. So be careful of that in restaurants. I do believe the hotels will give discounts. I think you'll get discounts on tours. We can set those up obviously for you too. But when it comes to restaurants, they'll kind of play their own game, and they're liable to be goofy expensive. So check the menu on that. Okay, let's talk about the COVID test. This is the deal breaker for most people about coming to Costa Rica. It was kind of one of the deal breakers for me. I'm like, forget all that crap, man. It was 48 hours. That was like impossible. They made this rule that nobody could follow about the 48-hour negative COVID test. Now they moved it to 72. All right, here's what I think is going to happen. I have no reason to say this. It's just me living here. I believe as high season comes around again, December 1st, I think there's going to be more options, and they're going to be, I don't know if they lax it a bit. Something will happen, I believe, that will make this testing thing easier. I don't think it's going to go away. All right, so there's a couple indicators. American Airlines, yes, American Airlines, if you go through Dallas-Fort Worth, or you start out at Dallas-Fort Worth, they'll give you the test if you're coming to Costa Rica that meets the requirements of Costa Rica's requirements of the negative COVID test. They're doing that in Dallas-Fort Worth, and there's also, they don't have it quite as many options in Miami, but there's an option there as well. Okay, so I think I think maybe things like that will happen more. But right now it's American Airlines, Dallas-Fort Worth. Now I'm going to tell you a story real quick. So a lady wrote me, she's from California. She was also perplexed like everybody, but I can't get my results back in 72 hours. So she's coming down here, so she's running all over California. She got 3 of the PCR tests, which is the ones that they want. And she also did a rapid test, whatever, I guess you get results back quick, whatever, which Costa Rica doesn't necessarily accept. She knew she wasn't going to get her results back in time, and she didn't. So what she did do is she did take the rapid test. She went to like a quick care type of place, I believe, and she got them to print out a piece of paper. It had her passport number on it. It looked all official. It's stamped. And guess what? Costa Rica accepted it. Now, deeper. I understand maybe a lot of you haven't really traveled out of your country. You haven't been down here. It can be stressful. You're going to another country. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, you've seen movies like Midnight Express. You don't know. I mean, you're kind of, it's a little bit of anxiety, you know. So I am not telling you to do any of these things. I don't even recommend you do them. I'm just trying to kind of tell a point. Here's what you need to know about Costa Rica. There is nothing black and white here. Nothing. That is the curse of living here and a blessing of living here. There's no, seriously, the only thing black and white is black and white. There is nothing else here. So in this case, it's kind of good. Like they took this lady's rapid test document. This is the thing. Now, if I was coming in Costa Rica, me personally, and I've lived here 15 years, knowing what I know about Costa Rica, I guarantee you I would get past immigration if my test was, let's say, 96 hours prior. I would also get in if it was a rapid test. I would. You know, how do you have to have a confident humility when you're talking to them. If you're a dick, that's just a reason for them to blow you off. No, these are the requirements. You don't meet them. You got your test 96 hours ago. But I live here, and I can pull out quite a few tools, whether it's a little bit of lying. Hey man, I called immigration. I called the embassy, and they said this test was fine. I don't know what happened. You know, there's all kinds of things. I would get in. I swear to you, I would get in this country if my test was 96 hours, maybe even longer, and if it was a rapid test. I would. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know what to tell you on that. I am just trying to say that if you really believe 72 is the cutoff and you're going to go through immigration to spend money in Costa Rica, they're going to go, man, I'm sorry, this was 74 hours ago, you're a no-go. Now, the bigger thing is really the traveler's insurance, I believe, actually. You got traveler's insurance. You're good. If you have all your documents, you got your airline ticket out of here within the 90 days, you got your traveler's insurance, you filled out your health form, you know, on the internet thing, the health pass. They want you in here, man. They want you in here. To me, the 72 hours is more of a recommendation. But don't do that. I'm a travel agency. There's no way I can tell you to do these things. I've just heard enough stories about people like the rapid test lady and some others. That's it, man. So anyway, that's what I believe. I don't know if the COVID test should be the game changer. Should you come down here? I don't know. Maybe you should, but I think you're going to have some more options later. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen. TravelCostaRicaNow.com. I probably totally confused you and probably didn't help you at all. I just gave you more things to think about. Anyway, my videos are going to start popping up. Always do your research homework before living or traveling anywhere, but in particular Costa Rica. Ciao.